Hey Geek, so it's 2024 and today I'm going to be making a video on my favorite video editors for 2024. And if you have been watching my channel, then you know that I have hundreds of videos on video editing. And so today I wanted to talk about the two main ones that I'm pretty sure I'm going to be using for the rest of this year and also for the foreseeable future. And before I get into that, I do want to make some points. The first thing is I am not a professional video editor. Even though I have been using video editors for, well over 10 years now, that's not where I focus most of my attention. A lot of my video edits are very simple, and so most of my time is spent on the content quality versus the production and video editing quality, although I am trying to improve slowly but surely over time. And then secondly, I've not used every single video editor out there. There are a lot of options, and at least for me, and I think for a lot of people who do this regularly, normally you're going to focus on a few video editors. For most people, they're going to use one video editor because a lot of this stuff takes time to learn and use effectively. Plus, this also affects your workflow whenever you're switching from one video editor to another. So I did want to put that out there. And then finally, these are my opinions and thoughts. So if you had other video editors that you enjoy, then use them. So let's go ahead and head into the computer and see which ones are my favorite video editors for 2024. So let's start up with the first video editor, and this one was a really tough one because I've been using this video editor or these video editors the longest. And so I'm here on my computer, and for anybody who's curious, the operating system that I'm using is Linux Mint. However, these video editors are also available on Microsoft Windows and Apple Mac. And so this was a tough choice because for a lot of years, I've been using Shotcut and also Kdenlive. And so over the years, I've kind of like flip-flopped back and forth on which one I like using the best. And honestly, I really love using both of these. But in the end, Kdenlive is the one that I use the most, and it's the one that I am most familiar with. And this is also the one that I would say I've used the longest consistently, out of the maybe 10 years or so that I've been using video editing. Most of it has been with Kdenlive. And the main reasons why I chose it is because it has a lot of features. And that's not to say that Shotcut doesn't have a lot of features, but this one seems to have a little bit more. And also something that's really important is that the overall user interface, the way that things work, this is very similar to more professional video editors. And I think this is really important if you decide that you want to move over to something like Adobe Premiere, Apple Final Cut, or DaVinci Resolve. And that kind of like spoils what I'm going to be talking about next. But this one, Kdenlive, is one that I use the most. It is the easiest one. It is the one that is most familiar to me. And at the same time, this one is the closest to a professional video editor when it comes to something that's free and open source. And now we're taking a look at my other favorite video editor. And to be honest with you, this is my favorite all-around video editor. So we are here in Microsoft Windows, and the software is obviously DaVinci Resolve. This one is just an amazing video editor. And the best thing about this, besides the fact that it offers you so many features, is the fact that they offer you a free version that does like 95% of everything that the paid version does. And I do have the paid version, but I think for the majority of people out there, you could just use the free version. Okay, so that is a huge plus. And then to go along with that, this is a professional video editor. Unlike my open source video editors, which are free and open source, which I really do love using, there's just so many things that this does because it is at a professional grade level that those other ones don't. And at the same time, if you were thinking about doing video editing as a profession, as a career, and you want to use a video editor and specifically a color grading tool that they use in Hollywood and major studios, then it's going to be DaVinci Resolve. It's not going to be any of the free and open source video editors. And for anybody out there who's used this, they know the power that this offers. And also from a learning standpoint, if you learn DaVinci Resolve, which does have a very high learning curve, you could basically use any video editor out there. And also for the professionals out there, typically they're going to be using something like Adobe Premiere, Apple Final Cut, but more and more DaVinci Resolve is being the go-to all-in-one video editing, color grading solution. And even for some people, also their audio editing suite as well. And Fusion is starting to come up when it comes to creating special effects, graphics, and stuff like that. And so there is a lot here to love with DaVinci Resolve. And at least for me, the best thing about DaVinci Resolve is the fact that I could grow and learn from this. You know, if you do want to get really great at your craft of video editing, then I think DaVinci Resolve is going to be one of the best places you could learn from. And at the same time, you know, as I'm using this more and more, it is just a fun tool to use. Even though it's definitely not easy to learn, once you do learn how to use a lot of things, there's practically no limits to what you can do. And then I'm constantly thinking, can I make a real movie out of this? And that's probably something that I'll be doing in the future. And the video editor that I'm going to be using is DaVinci Resolve. And so those are my favorite video editors of 2024. And at least for me, I switch between Kdenlive and DaVinci Resolve regularly. And if you had any thoughts on these video editors or your own favorite video editors, be sure to leave in the comments area below. And if you did want to see my playlist on all my video editing tutorials, I'll leave that in the description area below as well. Hey geeks, if you are a brand new creator and you simply want something easy to get you started, well, I got something for you with my Creator Starter Kit. This is a super simple step-by-step guide that's going to take you from having no channel to developing your very first YouTube channel, along with ideas, thumbnail designs, and other creator tips, including marketing. And the best part is, all of this is free. Simply head over to the link below, check out my page, and get started creating.